to look at comparative degree and superlative degree, what we have to bear in mind. Okay, let's note this. We need to note something when you're thinking of the comparative degree. So, one, the comparative degree degree is generally followed by the conjunction generally followed by the conjunction than. Conjunction than. Okay. Than. Now, let's look at the sentences I have, then you will understand. Anil is wiser than. Anil. Anil is wiser. Anil is wiser than. Wiser than Suresh. Anil is wiser than Suresh. Okay, next one. Ram is braver than. Ram is braver. Ram is braver than Ashok. Braver than Ashok. Okay. But the comparative can be used even without than. Here we are talking about a comparative degree. We are making note of comparative degree is generally followed by the conjunction than. So we are looking at than very closely. So we have the sentence, Anil is wiser than Suresh, Ram is braver than Ashok. Compare. But they always also say, but the comparative can be used without than. So we're going to look at that. But we have to remember one thing. But comparative. But the comparative can be used. Can be used without than. Without can be used without than. That's what we are going to see. Okay? We're going to look at that. Without than. Now, I would say, first sentence, Ashok. Ashok is taller. Ashok is taller of the two boys. Taller of the two boys. But we are not using than. Of the two boys. Another, we have here, this purse is too large. You have a smaller one, so you don't use than. This purse This purse is too large. Have you a smaller one? A smaller one? Here we are not used than at all. The poor fellow had. The third sentence, the poor fellow. The poor fellow. The poor fellow had seen. Had seen happier days. Happier days. In all these three, we have left out than. But the sentence is perfect. Okay, and that's what we are looking at. Now, that is one. Now let's look at another one. In the second one, let's note here. In the second one, let's look at what's happening here. The superlative degree. The superlative degree is preceded by the and followed by of. The superlative degree, the superlative. The superlative degree is preceded by the. You have to remember that preceded by the and followed by and followed by of. That's in the superlative degree of. Okay? Let's look at some sentence. Sheila is the cleverest of all girls. Sheila. So we have a couple of sentences to look at. We'll say Sheila is the cleverest. Sheila is the cleverest. Cleverest of all. Cleverest of all girls. Okay, then that is A. B, let's look at another sentence. Ram is the best of all boys. Ram is the best. Ram is the ablest. Sorry, Ram is the ablest. Ablest of all boys. All boys. Okay. But we can also say Ram is the best boy in the class or is the fastest runner without using the and of. Okay. So there is exception here. But we can say but we can say A. Ram is the best boy in the class. We can also say Ram is the best boy. Ram is the best boy. Boy. Ram is the best boy in the class. Okay? Another one. Example. He is the fastest runner. He is the fastest runner. He is the fastest. Is the fastest runner. Okay. Now, we are looking at something that you have to note whether it's a comparative degree or superlative degree. We have to make a note of certain things, how it's formed, and how sometimes the rule doesn't need to apply. Now, in the first one, let's note comparative degree is generally followed by the conjunction than. Followed by the conjunction than. Okay, that's how comparative degree is formed. Look at the example. Anil is wiser than. See, we use the conjunction here. Anil is wiser than Suresh. Ram is braver than. Here compare means two people we are comparing. Then Ashok. But the comparative can be used without than. Ashok is taller of the two boys because we are comparing two people. This purse, we are comparing two things first. This purse is too large. This purse is too large. Have you a smaller one? Have you a smaller one? We are comparing two people here. We are comparing two bags here. Okay. Now, two purse here. The poor fellow had seen happier days. No than is used. Now, let's note we are talking here about the superlative degree. When we are talking about the superlative degree, it is to form the superlative degree, it is preceded by the and followed by of. Let's look at the two examples here. Sheila is the cleverest of all girls. Second, Ram is the ablest of all boys. But we can also say, Ram is the best boy in the class. He is the fastest runner without using of. So we need to note these two. In the comparative degree, the conjunction follows the comparative degree, but sometimes you don't need to use than. That's what we saw. But in the superlative degree, preceded by the, before the superlative degree, followed by of. But we can also do away with of like this. He is the fastest runner. Ram is the best boy in the class.